What up, everybody? Tommy Runs, Aaron Worldwide over there. This
You're
is the PR Project off season.
what up, though?
Donkey Shane. So wait, what's that? You welcome?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm
I
not
think
trying
it's
to.
thank you. Don't I don't know. But what I'm saying, I do know because now I'm multilingual. I think I'm multicultured and all that because last week we was in Oregon. We're gonna jumping right into this one. We was in Oregon last week
Boom.
and we was at the World Championships. World Championship
Mecca. We were in the Mecca. We was in the center of the running universe.
center. Like it felt like honestly, it felt like I forgot that people live in the city that were not involved in what we were doing. The World Championships is in Eugene, Oregon. It's still going on today. Today's the last day. And it was absolutely 3, 4, how many ever days of just straight up running, group runs everywhere. The biggest run clubs in the areas or in the states was there. It's the first time the World Championships has been in the United States ever. So it was like all type of craziness, bro. It was amazing.
It was
It was
literally like top
top what? Top what?
two trips I've ever been on in my life. I'll be honest.
Well, okay, well let's talk about this. Let's unpack this. What was the other one?
I think the first one was L.A. L.A. was something different. L.A. felt like I was going home. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
this one was legit, bro. It might be my favorite trip I've ever taken.
Yeah, because like honestly. So the backstory is Lance Woods, who's a co-founder of We Run 313, is one of the ambassadors, the Uplift ambassadors for ASICS this year. They did a piece on him and all that stuff. So go to ASICS page or go to Lance page. It's there somewhere. But as an Uplift ambassador, he was able to bring some friends with him, and he chose us, Joe Robinson and Asia, Coach Asia, and so Asia Ross, and we got to go out there with ASICS and have some fun. It couldn't have been a better group of people to go with because like everything just worked out smooth. There was no, it was everything was flawless, bro. It was such a great time. What's one of the yeah, we had tickets to the events. We was
All access.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna I'm gonna be, I'm gonna let you know it was second row. But second,
I was sitting on the track, bro.
yeah, the good thing about it was I thought it was gonna be much more like it's a very laid back vibe, even though it's such a world like such a huge event for running. It was really laid back. They let you go up to the railing to do what you had to do. No one was standing there acting crazy. The volunteers were great. Just the energy was wild. Being at Hayward Field, if you know what Hayward Field is like you said, the mecca of like track and field in the United States. Like that's Hayward. Like they call it Hayward Magic because all these crazy things always happen there, like world records and stuff like that. So we got to see the best of the best of the best race each other, like duke it out, leave it all out there. We saw the men's sweep the 100 meter. We saw the 10,000 meter race from the women and the men's, which was wild. Came down to the last lap. It was just phenomenal, man. Phenomenal.
Unbelievable. Can't leave out. We saw the women's 100 final as well when Jamaica swept. That was crazy.
Oh, I wasn't at that one. I didn't see that.
Wow. Yeah, that was crazy. That was electric. That was just as electric as the men's, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. And then we went down and Shelly Ann Fraser Price and Sharika Jackson and Elaine Thompson Herard did they victory lap. They gave us like they slapped fives with us and everything. Man, it was a beautiful moment. It just felt like history right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And these are some of the greatest women sprinters of all time, like bar none. So to be able to see that, Elaine Thompson Herard is the current world record holder in the 100 and the 200. So just to see that, I'm sorry, current gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist.
Oh yeah.
200. So to see that, and then Shelly Ann Fraser Price, her resume speaks for itself. Years upon years of just like legendary performances on the track. She's like the OG of Jamaican running. And it's just like just seeing that is unbelievable. Man,
and we got to see up close in person. We took a picture with her as well, Letesenbet Gide, who is the world record holder for the 5,000 meter and the 10,000 meter currently. We saw her race the 10,000 meter, win the 10,000 meter as well. They just raced yesterday, so we weren't there last night, but we she didn't win. I think she finished maybe fourth or something like that for the 5,000 meter. We saw Safan Hassan right in person. It's just crazy, man. I can't even.
Joshua Cheptegei. You know, we saw a lot of world record holders. We saw a lot of Olympic gold medalists. We saw a lot of world champions. We got a chance to run on Priest Trail with one of the marathon participants from Denmark. I'm not sure of his name right now, but
it's we'll tag him in the show notes.
Yeah,
I gotta do that.
It was crazy, man. Like I said, since I started running,
what was your favorite part of the trip? Whole favorite part of the whole trip?
I think we can get into it. Actually. Favorite part of the whole trip. This might be a little selfish.
Well, that's super selfish. That's super selfish, bro.
This might be a little selfish, but you know what I'm saying? We
tell me what that is. What is this? What are we holding
right here? It's just a small piece of you sure did. And if you wasn't there, you saw him on TV. On me.
Yeah. we was on TV. I mean, because you're on the front row, and then they come by doing number one, the race, we were on the finishing side of the track, so like we got everybody had to pass by us or whatever, so we was on there then, and then also they came through giving us dap or whatever. We ended up on the it was just nuts. I haven't even unpacked the whole weekend really.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not even gonna get into the selfishness of how much I was proud of this, but it was really the highlight was definitely just being at Hayward and being able to run around like a little kid in a candy store at Hayward and see everything that the running world has to offer right now. Meeting Kofuzi, that was really cool. Meeting the Believe in the Run guys, that was really cool. And just feeling like a legit part of a culture, a community. Yeah. That was really dope. Like I tell Tommy a lot of times that I don't really feel like I'm a part of this running thing as much as some other people, because I'm much more introverted than Tommy. I don't really go out of my way to make friends or like make connections or network with people like that. So the fact that I was out there and it was just like, what's up? Oh, I know who you are. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It was a vibe, man. It was awesome. So I think that was my favorite part, was just the community aspect of it. Everybody from ASICS showed super love, playing Mari in table tennis and getting like destroyed. That was interesting.
Yeah, she's I heard she's a beast.
She's very talented and very experienced. So just to be out there and feel like I belong, that was huge for me. I'm not gonna lie, that was very, very big for me.
Yeah, man. I guess we might as well just go Dr. Phil and everything right here. So Shannon says you not introverted.
So this is the thing, right? Y'all just met me, bro.
He working on it.
I'm much better than I once was, but it's still an everyday process. Like I still have this really bad imposter syndrome a lot of times. Like I don't belong in certain areas and certain places. So
let's talk about it, dog. Because I mean, not to be no cap at all. Like I have imposter syndrome like crazy. Like I'll talk myself into a situation just to have imposter syndrome. Like I'll get there and be like, man, I ain't even supposed to be here, dog.
And that's crazy because like mine kick in even crazier because I'd be like, I don't even have the audacity to ask for stuff. Because I'd be like, who are you to ask for that? Who are you to even think like you deserve something like that?
So being at something like that, and because real quick, the reason why we missed the show last week was because we did a show. We didn't do it live.
Fire show for y'all.
Fire show. Aaron had this perfect backdrop. We had the sign behind us. We was up in the stands. You could see a bunch of the
in-between sessions on day 2. In between the AM and the PM session. Thankfully, our ASICS credentials got us like unlimited access to the stadium. They was in there changing all the stuff around on the field. They was cleaning up the track. They were cleaning up the seats. Yeah. And we were just like, maybe we can just go up in that like 200 level set up the camera, and
Yeah.
and go crazy. And we
And
did
went
that.
crazy. We went
And it
crazy.
was amazing. Like the conversation flowed well. We pre-recorded it because connection issues. We were Wi-Fi. We didn't have Wi-Fi out there, but so we were like, okay, we're gonna pre-record it, and then we'll upload it on Sunday, and it'll be sweet.
Yeah, we did it Saturday. Yep. And then so the whole video, we got this. I have the video, but there's just no sound because we used a hotspot and it wasn't strong enough to like download or upload the sound and the audio. So I may just post the video, and for 25-minute video, it's just nothing. All you hear is just see us moving.
Just
if you
caption the whole thing.
Just write a bunch of stuff.
25 minutes of transcribing
what I thought we said. But yeah, so it was really dope. And yeah, so we had a good time out there, and I feel like we talked about it in the show. I feel like that y'all more than belong. I feel like the reception that I received, and I believe that you also received, Aaron, a bunch of different times. Maybe not like told us that like, yes, we want you here, but it kind of did. It was like, look, we have done some work. It's been cool. We've had a good run with the show, and we've put in work in the space, and we're doing things in our community or for our community by pushing forward with what we have going on. And I believe that the running world feels that and understands it and likes the way that it's going. So I feel like the reception to like us, especially by ASICS for sure too, to say like, yeah, here, whatever space you need, do your thing. Or yeah, you can have access to the press conference or whatever it is, So I think that kind of gave me like an extra green light to say like, yeah, just continue doing what we're doing. And and we got to do some really cool stuff, hang out, like you said, with Kofuzi and Believe in the Run and a new generation track club. And so shout out to, I want to shout out, like give props to two groups of people. Sidious Mag. If you don't follow Sidious Mag on like Instagram and particularly YouTube, you really need to, because they are putting together fire content for the culture. And they had a house where they had like a setup in the back where they had a full interview situation going on, and they had athlete after athlete just pour into the crib, stop by. They did a live show like for hours at a time. People were just stopping by and they were just talking, having good conversations. Shout out to them. And then shout out to New Generation Track Club. It's New Generation Track and Field, or is it Track Club?
I think it's Track and Field.
Okay. So yeah, so they are a young, huh?
I'm telling my assistant to check that.
Check that. Hey, Google. Yeah. Hey, look that up for me. But so they had they're based in Eugene, which is awesome that they didn't let the world champs come and not maximize the opportunity or exploit the opportunity to rep their home, and they did a really great job. They had a bunch of events, a bunch of runs. I wish we could have gone to that pizza thing that they did. They did a collab event with Nike, and a bunch of the Nike athletes came through. Like Galen Rupp showed up. I didn't even know he did public things.
I didn't even know he left the house if he wasn't running.
I didn't know if he left his cryo chamber until like race day. But yeah, they was doing it really big. They did a really dope shoot with a Thing Mo. It was just crazy. So yeah,
I'm a fan, super fan, a Thing Mo super fan. So
super fan.
I'm salty we weren't able to do that.
Yeah, but a really great time out there, and I feel like we're heading in the right direction. And with that though, like let's just talk about, because this show is called the PR Project. So ASICS had this whole event. They were the title sponsors of the World Championships, I think, for like several more years to come. And they did a Uplift Oregon 5K. So it was capped at like 2,000 people, and it was a chance for like normal folks and ambassadors and all that stuff and guests to race a 5K on parts of the marathon course that the men and the women ran, one on Sunday and then on Monday. We ran on Sunday morning right after the men took off. We saw them take off, go flying by like it's nobody's business. And then we jumped on the course and did the 5K well before that they made their first loop back. And so I went out there. I'll just talk about my experience. Let's just update this really quick. I'll talk about my experience real quick. we both went out there with Aaron went to PR because he's that type of cat.
Went out there with
I
bad
I
energy.
went out there with like, hey, I just want to check, with the knee thing and really just get back going in a marathon training block already. Let me see what we got going on out here. Got to the first mile, decided that this is sustainable. I can hold this pace, so I just kept it up. Felt like by mile 2, I felt like this isn't really my jam right now. But said, hey, I can do anything for another mile, and was able to continue to push. Ran a 5K 5 seconds faster than my old PR, so I have a new PR. Is everybody clapping?
Bing, bing, bing. Let's go.
I need everybody to clap from
Let's
your
go.
homes.
Throw
I
some
got a
clapping
PR.
emojis in the comments for Tommy runs.
I got a PR.
What was that? 6-second PR? Shout out. That's 6 seconds.
Oh yeah, math is wild, bro.
6 seconds faster than you've ever ran a 5K. He said,
Yeah.
I heard you had to finish the 5K in sub 30.
Yeah.
Out of the way. So this is the thing. You didn't have to.
Oh yeah.
You didn't have to. But if you were still on the course at the sweep, they would grab you, move you out the way. Hey, hang out here for a bit, and then you can continue your 5K to finish and get your medal after the marathon guys pass. So everybody, there was a buzz, for the runners that don't necessarily and only 7. So only 7 people missed it. So it's funny. We were with some homies from Forget Everything and Run from Milwaukee, and she said she hadn't ran in quite some time, and she was like, my only goal is to not get caught by the sweep. And I'm just like, you can do that. Come on now. Yeah. And she was happy that she didn't get caught by the sweep, but the next day she was pretty sore. Shout out to her. But
because the funny part was the sweep had like it was a bus or a van that had music, so I couldn't imagine like hearing it coming. Like, oh my god, imagine that though. Like you just hear it coming, you just trying to just distance yourself from you and this music coming.
You're just getting closer and closer.
Like Jason, bro. Just like I don't understand how but yeah, it was great. So, but I need y'all gave me a couple of applauses and claps. I love that. But let Aaron tell his PR story, and I need it to erupt in wild cheers. Go ahead. Go.
So I went out there and I ran, and it was like, "Why are you?" I
went out there and ran.
Felt like running. Shout out to Forrest Gump. He was there.
Forrest Gump was there. The dude looked just like Forrest Gump. He had the beard. He had the hat. He had all the stuff. He had
the Nike Cortez Nike ID Vaporflies, which was I'm not gonna lie, chef's kiss. It was a nice touch because I would have been upset with him if he was in real Cortez. But so I had a similar story. Well, not really, but
no.
So my plan was like, all right, I think this is the most competitive 5K I've ever ran in my life. Just to like preface it, the top 5 of this 5K, mind you, this is the center of the running universe for that weekend. 5 the top 5 of the race ran the 5K in under 15 minutes.
Under 15 minutes.
Ridiculous. So we were talking to Brandon Michael Rossi from Believe in a Run.
Yeah, fast dude.
He's like, I was running. I believe his name was Mike. He was like, I was running with Mike from ASICS, and I told myself I would get out and try to stick with him, and I ran with him for like 50 meters, and then I never saw him again. And then one of the other guys, I think Paul Lang, was like, Mike was an All-American at Ohio State. Yeah. So it's like, why are you guys out here doing this? Why are you out here? Like, you have better things.
It's just bragging rights. It's just bragging rights at that point.
It's like, I'm the king of ASICS. Like, if you work at ASICS, you have to go out there for bragging rights. But
you think they got a bonus in their check?
No, I think they got a medal though. I don't know if they negotiated PR bonuses or like maybe ASICS is a pretty forward-thinking company. So so my plan was to kind of like not get super like close to the front of the pack because I knew it would be a competitive race, and that is a setup. If you jump in the front of the pack and you're not running to really like compete in the race, because I knew it would be a fast race and I wanted to make sure I ran my race and not ran the race that they were running. Yeah. So about like 10 minutes before takeoff, we saw the marathon guys go by, and then Colleen from ASICS was like, "Come on, we want to get you guys up to the front."
Yeah, like nah.
And I'm just like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if we need to put the judge in danger like that.
Right, the judge. Oh my god.
So Judge Mitchell, I don't know if he was out there to run a PR. Yeah, but it was tricky. So yeah, and yeah, Malik says,
yep.
Robbie from Believe in a Run says his sub 20 was like 150-ish overall. Lots of heavy hitters out there.
Yeah, it was pretty
lots. Nuts. So we start the race. We start the race about a quarter mile ahead of the start line for the marathon, which was actually the finish line for the marathon. So we get out. I didn't go crazy. I got out at a very conservative pace. I was just trying to feel it out. Weather was perfect. It couldn't be a more beautiful day for a race. Probably the best day I've ever ran a 5K on in my life. So got out, and the first sign I saw was a sign that said 1 km. And I'm like, 1 kilometer. Cool. Look down at my watch, and I was around 2 minutes and 40 something seconds heading to this 1 kilometer sign. And I'm thinking, I'm not about to cross this 1 kilometer mark in 3 minutes, because that would mean I'm running way too fast. Because I don't know if the math makes sense this way, but if you go through 1 km at 3 minutes, that means you're running like 15-minute, a 15-minute 5K pace. And I'm not that guy. I'm not him. I'm real with myself. I'm not him. So, and then I realized in my mind, like as we passed through it, I'm like, oh no. That is the 1K like mark for the marathon, because there's another race going on here that's a little more important than what we're doing.
Yeah, because their start line was set back a ways, right, so that they could do 3 laps and finish, right there in front of, where all the stuff was.
Right. So once I got past that like weird little mental hurdle, I just locked in, and I saw it was cool seeing people like watching. I know they wasn't there for us, but I'm like, okay,
they were cheering. No, it was a really great crowd though. Even though they were there for other people, for sure, they cheered us on. It was cool.
Yeah, so I'm just cruising along, enjoying my time out there in the beautiful Eugene, Oregon area. I get to mile 1. I see that I was making up some space on Joe, because I think Joe got out pretty hot. Mm-hmm. And we kind of ran shoulder to shoulder for quite some time. And I know Joe wasn't necessarily feeling the greatest, so I kind of wanted him to lock in with me, and we just like kind of take the burden off of each other a little bit.
Yep.
So we hung together for about a mile and a quarter, maybe a mile and a half. So that was cool. I seen Kofuzi right around that same time, and he's like, let's go 313. And that kind of helped out a little bit. I'm like, all right, sweet. Got some support out here. I kind of lost contact with Joe around 2.5. It was a slight uphill. And Joe kind of took it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to burn it right now. I'll see if I can go get him in the kick, but we'll see. And so I saw that so we came around this corner, and the last and it was like a sign that said 800 meters. And I'm like, okay, half mile to go. Let's go. Let's make it work. And it seemed like forever until I seen the next sign that said 600. And then I'm just like, okay, my legs are kind of burning. But then I seen the Potts brothers from what's the name of their podcast?
Two Black Runners.
Two Black Runners podcast. I saw them, and they're like, let's go, Aaron.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant Two Black Runners. That's big shouts to them. Go follow them. They doing the work. They was on the track, damn near doing their thing, interviewing dope people. Check them out, because they have to be mentioned.
Absolutely. So they gassed me up a little bit. Let's go, Aaron. And I'm just like, all right, let me. So I kick. I'm pushing hard as I can, and I see. I didn't really see the time, like the clock, because it was kind of off to the side, because the finish clock was the marathon time up there.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
The clock was like off to the side, and I didn't think to like look at my watch. But by the time I got up on the clock, I was pretty much crossing the line, and I saw the line, and I saw the clock, and it said 18:05, and I'm just like,
you was like hoping to start a little later.
This is crazy. No. I knew it was legit, because I'm just like, this is about right. But really, like, my main goal was to like run, because my goal coming into the block, or my goal coming into this year is I wanted to run a 5K in under 6 minute per mile pace. So to see like the first mile was 5:51, and then my second mile was like 5:45, and I'm just like, all right, if I stay right here, I'm good, I'll have it. And I think I did another 5:45, and then I'm just like, I did it, bro. Like it almost felt like unreal, because it's like, I don't know why it just seemed like a goal that was like unattainable for me at some point, coming from like the first official 5K I ever ran. I think I ran like 7:30 pace.
Yeah.
So to think like I've taken almost two minutes per mile off of that is crazy. So yeah, that was cool. So officially that was a 48-second PR.
What was the time? 18:05.
18:05 and
18:05, and then your PR from a few weeks before that
was
in Trenton, 18:53. And then, so when we talked about this race beforehand, you were thinking what, like taking PR by 20 seconds, maybe?
Yeah, I'm like, if I do 18:30, I'll be happy.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, just go for like 7. I said that you were gonna make a big jump. I told you multiple times you're gonna make a big jump, because that first one was a rust buster type of situation, and you know you're not gonna die at a certain pace. So now you just need to just go again. And you did that, and you took off 40 something seconds, which is a huge PR. I mean, within 3 weeks, like, it's not like last time you raced 5K was last year. You within 3 weeks, basically, you PR'd by 45 seconds, and that's incredible. So big round of applause. That's a huge PR for a 5K, because that's 12-15 seconds a mile off of a pace that you were close to the line 3 weeks ago. So that just shows you, though, that, like, it all falls back onto like trusting the process, trusting your training. We all are doing this, our own variations of training for whatever we're getting ready for. And it's nerve-wracking. It's like doubt isn't necessarily, I don't think, the worst thing in the world. If you let it overcome you and you hold yourself back, that's one thing. But if you kind of doubt your ability a little bit, but you're willing to put the process to work and go out there saying, like, I'm going to hold this pace, is what I've been training for, just hold the pace and see how far that goes. Stuff like this happens, and I feel like it should be a huge confidence booster for you going into a training block, and with another 5K coming up in 2 weeks. So man.
Yeah, I don't know the plan for that 5K quite yet, but we will see. But I just wanted to remain present and be.
Look at all these. Look at this. This is what you deserve for 45-second PR, man.
Yeah, and shout out to Malik. That 18:05 got me 98th place overall. So
hey,
to show you how
what Knox was talking about. You on the century list. But all right, so let's congratulations on that, and hats off to all to ASICS. I was there for a couple of days at the end of the trip with On Running. Shout out to the companies that are doing the work that we talked about and they talked about in 2020, when they're everything is about DEI, and making sure that the space was welcoming for folks like us, and any version of people of color. So shout out to all the companies like ASICS and On, who really are doing the right work and making sure that that our voices are heard, or they share their platforms in a way and access to something like this, because this is huge. That was huge to be able to post videos of like Front Row Vibe. That's just I wouldn't have thought of anything like that a year ago.
Me neither. I didn't think this was possible. So
yeah.
But question.
What's the question?
What did you race in?
So
Seeing I raced ASICS Uplift Oregon 5K. I think it was pretty obvious what we needed to race in. So I
pulled out the Vaporflies.
I put out a brand new trusty pair of
Alphas. Never that. So kind of, I'm sorry, real quick. I tried the Alphas again today. Not for me. Anyway, So I raced in the Metaspeed Sky Plus.
So I got a question.
What?
And shout out to Vaz. Thank you, my boy. But so you call him the Metaspeed Sky Plus, but my box says Metaspeed Sky 2.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't have a plus in the factory.
Maybe the plus on that font didn't exist.
Yeah, they like just put 2. Plus I mean, 1. No, because it is a plus for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was confused. I was confused when we were out there, and some people were calling it the 2, some people were calling it the plus, and I'm just like,
yeah, no, because I think
does the shoe have multiple personalities?
Yeah, I think like people at ASICS are calling it the plus.
Okay. I mean, it's a plus shoe, so I call it the plus. I'll call it the plus.
I ran in these.
We had my PR, so
we had done some. Yeah, this is my PR shoe too. We had done some work in these before. Long run, easy run, fast run, all that. But to race in them, didn't have any issues. Very. I do like it better. I mean, I know you were kind of like on the fence a little bit. I like this better than the last version of the shoe. I just feel like it's a little softer, a little bouncier, which is what I need. And I'm thinking about it too from like a marathon standpoint. I'm gonna need something that's, bouncy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the other one's a little more firm, snappy, but I do want something that I feel comfortable in too. Because you just don't want. I feel like I have less issues with hot spots in this one than I did on the last one. Toe box is a little wider for me, so. I
think that's for me. That is the like tipping point is the toe box, because I did have some problems with the previous version with some toe smashing, being the 4-foot runner that I am. So the fact that I just cruised through the 5K and my feet didn't give me any problems, and that was like super sweet.
These are a little more stable too to me.
Yeah, the roll isn't as aggressive. I kind of like the roll of the first one. But
you do. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I guess if you're looking for a roll, if you're in the market for a new racing shoe, if you want something that has a little more roll, I guess, to it, you go for the Edge, not the Sky.
Okay.
The Edge has more.
I ran the Edge too. I when the ASICS van pulled up to Detroit earlier this
slightly
month, the last one.
More of a. This has a 4 millimeter drop, I think, or 5. The other one has more like an 8.
A little more aggressive.
Yeah, a little more aggressive. So and the rocker is a little more aggressive too. So
and they just like OD'd this one with foam too. This FF Turbo. They gave you more bang for your buck with the foam.
Perfect amount too. Perfect amount.
I agree. This is a very solid racing shoe. Probably one of my favorites. Felt great in a 5K. I'm sure it'll feel great in a marathon. And everything in between. That carbon fiber plate is there. You can't even get close to bending this jump. Like that carbon fiber plate is there. A whole lot of foam. Laces. Yeah, she fooling. These are different laces. The textured laces to really give you that good lock in, and you don't have to worry about them slipping around, doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
This colorway is perfect for running in Oregon, because I don't know if you guys ever been to Oregon, but there is neon green everywhere, and there's also trees and nature type stuff. So I just felt like we were there. Like I felt like this was like perfect. It's not like U of O like color.
Oh right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's as close as you're gonna get to have a shoe without looking corny.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, black and neon would be like hard in these two. I would say, but yes, I give this a very high mark. And now this is the shoe that I ran my fastest 5K in. So super high mark. Shout out to ASICS. We love y'all. You already know how we feel about y'all. We ran in the Nova Blast 3, and we had very good thoughts, very good feelings about that shoe. It was love at first sight.
So I don't want to.
This wasn't on the rundown because we wasn't supposed to talk about this, but I just had flashbacks, and I'm just like,
Nova Blast. If you look, okay, I don't. We only ran for 3-4. Like we ran 4 miles in it with some strides at the end. But I'm just gonna tell you, if you like the Nova Blast 2, the Nova Blast 3, the Nova Blast 3 is better. And I don't know why or how yet, because we need more miles on them. But what I'm telling you is, it's better.
It's a very good shoe.
It's a very, and the colorway is better.
Heat,
you know, like the colorways heat, the women's colorways heat.
super
like
heat. They hook the women up more than us, to be honest. I think I like the women's colorway even more.
And I've seen other colors that they're teasing, whatever. Fire. Colorways are so important, man. Like,
for sure.
A lot of times, like the first shoe of a new shoe is like it's kind of like a weak colorway, unless it's like a super shoe. Mm-hmm. Like they go for like that generic-ish looking color.
Yeah.
But the Nova Blast, whoever's in charge of those, they
give them a raise. Give them a raise.
Colorway. All right.
Very nice.
So let's get to the shoe that we teased and talked about.
Oh, we've been teasing this shoe for quite some time.
So the reason why we
owed you guys a review of this shoe a long time ago, but extenuating circumstances kept us from being able to record this video because we were going to do it live on Instagram, but unfortunately, the embargo date on this shoe, because we be getting shoes early, we be getting shoes before we talk about them. You know what I'm saying? We kind of important a little smidge. We kind of important, so they be sending us shoes. You know what I'm saying? The box be looking weird. This is the opposite. Tags on it be looking a little weird.
This is the opposite of imposter syndrome, sir. I'm just letting you know.
I'm not saying we deserve these things. I'm just saying it happens. Right. I'm just saying these things happen.
I'm saying roll with this vibe, but what I'm telling you is this is the opposite of what you said you had.
Sometimes I'm Himothy, man. It is what it is. So yeah.
Let's go. There we go.
This shoe is massive.
Boom.
Massive.
Boom.
This is the New Balance Fuel Cell Super Comp Trainer. Some call it the illegal trainer because it is illegally high.
So let's talk about the legal stack height, which means like the foam under the heel, is 40 millimeters. That's the legal limit for it to be US AT whatever, right? But
that's not just US. I don't think that's.
Worldwide. I'm sorry. Yeah. World Athletics. It's World Athletics. It has to be 40 millimeters or less. This one is 47 millimeters high in the heel, 34 in the front, right?
No.
35 in the front.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's
full stack height of 47 millimeters because they count the midsole.
So it has this energy arc on the bottom. These are terrible on the bottom.
Let me tell you about this.
What's that? Go ahead.
That energy arc, but it's quite a bit of space.
Yeah,
quite a bit of space in there. We've had some run-ins with some rocks and things, but continue.
And so like the reason why, and so they're gonna have a super comp line. They'll have this is the Fuel Cell Super Comp, and Super Comp for them means it's gonna be a trainer with a carbon fiber plate. So they have the Super Comp Pacer as well, which is more of a low profile, faster pace shoe. This is one of the like a max cushion, max stack trainer. Let's talk about the running feel of this one though.
Okay.
Because like it's important to note a couple things to me. So you have all this foam. It is super duper soft and squishy, bouncy, all that stuff. But the plate that's in the shoe, that's a large plate that runs through the whole shoe, is a really great way to make sure that it's not like too bouncy or it's not too forgiving, because you don't want a shoe that's out there like running on like a real cloud. You know what I mean? You don't want to feel like you're running on a marshmallow. You want some type of structure in this because the stack height's so high. If it's no plate involved, you'd be stepping down to the ground every time, So how you feel in this shoe, man? Let's talk about it.
I find myself reaching for this shoe a little more than I thought I would. On first impression, it seemed to be a bit of overkill. Just because it seems like I was so high off the ground. That was and it felt a little unstable. That was a feeling I had to get used to. But very shortly after putting a few miles into it, I got comfortable with it. And yeah, it just felt really good. Finishing the run, it felt like I barely did any work. Mind you, I haven't taken these out for any like quality, but it was a nice, easy run. As I prop my laptop up so it doesn't overheat because it's getting pretty hot. But so we took them out for an easy run. I think we did a 10 miler in them, 10 miles easy. Very nice. I think like my first impression was like, for some reason I like stumped down on the ground. was like stumped down with my heel, and I couldn't feel anything, bro. It felt like
Yeah,
my
no.
foot was just like suspended in like foam protection.
I was gonna say heaven, but sure.
Sure, yeah. I mean, heaven is protection, I guess, if you ask those 2 people. So we ain't gonna do that. But yeah, no. So and Vaz asked, plated trainer, is that common? No, it is not.
Yeah,
But
so
as
I think that they're gonna be
plated shoes become more common as the technology becomes more accessible. I think we will see more carbon fiber plated shoes that are not specifically aimed for racing.
Yeah,
because the the carbon fiber plate does a lot to reinforce the amount of foam you can put in a shoe. So to have a plate in here, you kind of would have to have a plate in here to have this much foam and make it stable.
Yeah.
So you see, and it's visible, a full visible carbon fiber plate there. So
and Malik says this or the RC Elite, their top racing super shoe. This is not a racing shoe at all.
No.
This is a trainer. So like that, like they made the name super specific, like Super Comp trainer, so you know that this is not a racing shoe at all. So like just to kind of like piggyback what you said though, like a lot of people are using like the super shoes in training more often, more and more often, because the mix between the carbon fiber plate and the stack height and the type of foam that they're putting in these shoes just allows you to train longer and without and go a little harder on miles and all that stuff and have less impact on the legs. So it's almost this is like a long time coming actually for them to just say, hey, okay, let's do a shoe that's a daily mile shoe or a daily trainer that people can put easy miles in and really get the because super shoes aren't necessarily all that comfortable because they're trying to compensate for weight. So like it's not going to be a super comfortable shoe for the most part. Most racing shoes aren't. So for them to go like, hey, let's just make a daily trainer that's super comfortable, but then also it reaps the benefits of having like the high stack height, foam, plate, all that stuff. But this is, I feel like they just struck a perfect like mix of what we really needed for a trainer that has all this, all the bells and whistles.
Yep, T. Davis, you got it right on the mark. So it's similar to the Adidas Prime X. Yep. So
yeah, I think that
this is like a direct. I would say this is a direct competitor to the Prime X.
But I don't even know if the Prime X was like they didn't market it as a trainer at all. They just threw it out there because it's illegal.
But I mean, the Prime X is technically illegal to use in a race. So it kind of by default makes it a trainer.
Yeah.
So just real quick, so we can like break this video out. A couple pros of the New Balance Fuel Cell Super Comp trainer. Obviously, super high stack height, a lot of foam, very kind to your legs, absorbs a lot of impact, almost all of the impact of running, with still providing a good energy return. It doesn't feel like you are working super hard in this shoe. Also, very plush upper. I didn't have any problems. I've seen some people say they had some problems with like ankle rubbing, but I didn't have any problems like that. Upper is nice, breathable. We wore it on a pretty hot day. Feet felt good. And Titanic vibe. And shout out if you a short king like us, this gonna give you some. You know what I'm saying? You pull up to the group run, they gonna be like, oh.
Yeah. I definitely hit a growth spurt when I got these. I wear these out and about because I want to make sure that people know, like, for real, I ain't that short in real life. You know what I'm saying?
This presence, and then it increases your presence.
It does. Like when I do a speech, this is my go-to shoe.
Yeah, but you might even wear these to like a business meeting. You know what I'm saying? When you wear these, you shake the CEO's hand, you look him right in the eye, like, yeah, I ain't to be played with, my boy. I got.
So New Balance, you're going in the right direction. Make sure maybe next one, maybe 50 millimeter stack height, whatever you need to do to make sure that we can show up to these things and, make these deals. Cause you know what I'm saying? But listen, the shoe is not necessarily the lightest shoe in the world, just to be honest too. But it, there's a certain mixture of the way the shoe's weighted and all that stuff. It does not feel like I have shoes that are around the same weight, but they just feel a little clunkier and heavier. They've done a really great job to keep the shoe like the natural shoe shape and design. Like
Yeah,
this.
they don't feel like they're in the way.
Yeah, this does
I
not
will say
feel
that.
like. Yeah, this does not feel like an addition to, like, when you first run in it, you got to get used to the high stack height. But other than that, once you get moving, this shoe works out. It's super. It just kind of it's super intuitive. It really does feel like it's part of your foot and your shoe.
Just if you take it out for a run, maybe not a run with like a lot of technical turns and stuff, because kind of got to swing out a little wide in them, because
Yeah,
you will tip over. And also maybe not a trail with like rocks, because rocks will get stuck in this gap right here. Unless, I mean, you don't mind stopping a few times to get them out.
I had to stop a couple times. Sure.
But
yeah,
small drawback, but overall a positive.
give it.
I put 60 miles on these in a couple weeks pretty quickly. So
Yeah, I got like 52,
yeah,
I think.
I found myself reaching for them whenever I had a recovery run after a big workout, and they've done me justice. So shout out to you, Alex.
I give it an A.
I give it a B plus.
B plus. Okay. Oh yeah, you like the other shoe. No, let's not even talk about this. Oh, price. The price, I believe, is 100 and is it 180 or 160?
I think it was closer to 190.
No, I think it's like a 180. I think it's 180.
I'm looking at one now on Running Warehouse. 180. You are correct. 179.95. You can buy them right now. They are available. Well, they're available on Running Warehouse right now, but I don't think they ship for another week or so.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's worth it, because all the tech that's in this shoe is the same tech that's gonna be in a $250 racing shoe.
And with all that foam, I would say they probably hold up for quite some time.
Yeah, with the plate and the foam, it's gonna last you a while. Definitely worth a buy.
Would recommend.
Highly. All right, so what are we doing? Wait, can I know we wasn't gonna talk about all these shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk about a shoe I'm excited about?
No.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I'm about to say I'm gonna do it anyway. I ran it. This is the Hoka Mach 5. Let's take this off of here. This is the Hoka Mach 5.
Do I have that color?
Yes, you have that colorway as well. Hoka Mach 5. Just I don't think it's out yet, but Hoka Mach 5.
That top boy.
It might be. I don't know. I didn't look it up. But Hoka Mach 5.
Could you check that for me?
I like the Mach 4, but I feel like this one is a little softer. They've kind of struck it with this ProFly Plus foam. It looks like they have two different types of foam. This bottom white foam is a little more firm than this one that's right under the foot. What day?
Oh, they're out. It's just I saw the description on their page is funny. I'll let you finish and then I'll tell you what they call it.
Really dope shoe. Really excited about it. As soon as I put the shoe on, first quarter mile, I could tell that these are going to be these are going to be one of the favorites, because I like it a lot. I don't want to give a full review yet. We'll probably talk about this next week because Aaron will be able to have some on. But stay tuned for updates on this shoe.
I'm gonna come get them today, actually, because I want to wear them tomorrow.
All right, yeah.
So they are available on the Hoka website right now for $140. In the description per Hoka, the love child of the Mach 4 and the Mach Supersonic. And I know how much you love the Mach Supersonic. So
yeah, I don't know what love child like. I did. Oh, you took after your mama. You know what I'm saying?
My boy look just like your mom.
Hey man, you ain't had nothing to do with this baby over here. That's one of them situations where like your child don't look nothing like you, bro. But I mean, well, anyway. So yeah, I think the Mach Super. If this is the love child of the Mach Supersonic and the Mach 4, I feel like maybe the Mach 4 was stepping out on the Supersonic, because
mama's is baby, daddy's maybe.
This is the milkman's child, bruh. Because the shoe, I don't think of the Supersonic at all. I don't know why they said that. Anyway, are you looking at more stuff to talk about?
No, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. I wanted to make sure they didn't say the Mach 4 and the Rocket X or something.
I feel like it's more like the Mach 4 and the Rocket X,
They
or
can't
like
they can't
even
admit defeat on a Mach Supersonic, even though there is no Mach Supersonic 2. So I think that's enough admitting defeat.
they got rid of.
Shout out to Hoka. We love y'all. We
Yeah,
love
no.
the Rocket X. The Rocket X, solid. Clifton,
I
solid.
cannot
Mach
wait
4,
to
solid.
I can't wait till Rocket X2 comes out. That's gonna
Speed
be
Goat,
incredible.
solid.
Speedgo's one of the best shoes out there.
Yeah. So, Mr. Runs, question.
Yeah.
What are we training for? What are you training for? What
dang.
is next? We are rounding out the off season. So let me know what is next.
All right, so I am starting with. I've already started a new training block. I have a thing that I need to do. I got to go see a man about a horse. I got to qualify for.
Hey, yo, what are you talking about, bro? This is a running show.
That's probably the best reaction you've ever had to anything. Man,
I've heard the saying before, but never
heard it used on a running show before. You got it. Sometimes you got to do it.
Hey,
so I'm running in the Erie Marathon on 9/11 this year to requalify for Boston. So I'm excited about that. So I've already started the training block. But ultimately Aaron is going to be starting the block like kind of like nowish, and we're gonna be running a race at the end of the year as our goal race, which is the New York City Marathon. Shout out to New Balance.
Y'all might have heard about it.
Yeah, it's a race that happens.
An important race.
It's like it happens every year in New York. It's like it's one of those cool things. If you hadn't heard, it goes through like the 5 boroughs, the bridges, and all that. Look it up. It's easily Google.
It's like six. It's a part of a series. 6 of them.
Yeah, there's like 6 races.
Like
minors, majors, something like that.
So we're gonna try to do that.
Yeah. Shout out to New Balance though for hooking it up to make sure that we get there and all that stuff. And we've got some new gear.
I don't know if you know this, Tommy.
What?
Well, this will be my first time in New York.
Never
been to New York City. I'll make sure to pack my Timbs.
Don't go to New York. Go to New York City for the first time and then run 26.2 miles a couple days later. That's the way to do
Pop
it.
Smoke, man. We out here running in New York for my boy Pop Smoke, man.
You gonna run the marathon in Timbs?
I might.
With the Wheat Boys, right? Not the.
Gotta be the Butters, bro. Gotta be the Butters.
I feel like you more like an all black Timbs type of guy.
I've had a few pair of all black Timbs, but you know,
the sweat.
If you gonna go to New York, you gotta wear the Butters. You can't be out
boy.
here. You can't be out here faking the funk. You gotta throw in the Butters. You know what I'm saying? A little puffy coat. You feel me? You gotta look like you about that life. You feel me?
Yeah. So did New Balance gift us guys bibs? They did gift us guys bibs. Shout out to
because I didn't qualify yet. Because New York is 253 for my age group, and I'm not quite there yet.
New York is aggressive with the things.
We thought Boston was tough.
And Malik, let's go. New York City will be his first marathon. Hey, that's what's up. Tap in. We're gonna get there. Hopefully, we'll be able to have a couple of small little activations, maybe a group run or a little panel pod.
Definitely can do something. So I'm trying to run where my people is at. So we definitely can do that.
Yeah. So what training block are you about to? When are you starting your training block?
Tomorrow will be today is actually 15 weeks out from race day. So I will begin ramping up tomorrow, and we're gonna go straight through. You feel me? I'm just gonna get off like I get off. You feel me? I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do workouts. I'm gonna do long runs. I'm gonna do easy runs. I'm gonna do all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. And we gonna make it to the start line healthy. We're gonna make it to the start line ready to race. Yep. And I'm going to make it to the start line ready to break 3, because that is gonna happen.
Yeah. Break 3. We're both going there to PR. I am absolutely going there to PR. I am telling you now, I am going to PR in New York, and it's going to be wild. It's going to be a crazy thing.
You see me after the race, and you're in the New York area. Buy me a vegan chopped cheese or something. You feel me? Like, let's get it. You know
they got vegan chopped cheese, you think?
I don't know, but it's New York. They got anything. I need a chopped cheese the Aki way.
I don't know if they're gonna have a chopped cheese the Aki way, bro.
We gonna figure it out. I don't want a New York pizza though. I heard
real quick before we end this race. I want to talk about the training block vibes that I'm going to, because I want to put this out there in the atmosphere, and hopefully other people will be able to no, Aaron's not doing that, it's just me.
I'd rather
I
bring
am
my unicorn chasing to New York.
yeah. So he'll be there with us the next year. So I just want to talk about the art or the act of training and going through these training blocks. 12 to 16 week training block is a big deal. It's a lot going on. It's stressful. It's a lot of miles. It's a lot of work. It's a lack of sleep, whatever, right? It's a huge undertaking, but not lack of sleep. It's a huge undertaking, right? Um, Along with life and things that we got to do, work, stand, sit, all that. And oftentimes for me, my goal to change this block is oftentimes for the last couple or few training blocks that I've done, it's more of like a grind mentality. And get up in the morning, you gotta run, get it done, stone face, stoic vibes, all this other stuff, and you just work, and it's all about hitting the paces, and it's super tense, which is cool sometimes. But for me, this training block this time around, I'm gonna try my best to find flow, find like a place of enjoyment, because having dedicating 12 weeks of your life to moaning and groaning every time you stand up, sit down, because you just feel like you got to be under like this huge state of stress for an extended period of time is mentally taxing. The mind gets worn down, then the body gets worn down, or vice versa, either one. So my goal this time around is to enjoy the process, smell the flowers, have some fun, focus obviously on my runs and make sure I hit my numbers and all that. But even like today on the long run, I had some work to do during the long run. I had a 3 times 2 miles. And in those 2 miles, I reminded myself to just enjoy it, even though it wasn't I wasn't having fun at the moment. It was type 2 fun for sure, but relax a bit, look around, breathe. If you didn't hit your pace coming up that hill, it's fine. Relax, enjoy, because the point of grinding through a workout and not having any fun and all this other stuff just to get hurt or just to not PR or something like that later on is just super whack, because we still living in this 16, 12 weeks. We still have to enjoy our lives. So my goal this time around is to really enjoy it, find flow, find a place of like serenity to be able to just be what I want to be each day, which is a runner that has fun running and improves life in these small ways every day. So yeah. I'm just putting that out there because the thought really helped me. So hopefully other people resonate with the fact that these training blocks are too tough to throw on all this mental pressure on top of it.
Well said. And just to piggyback off that a little bit, we were talking to Dante after the run today, and she's gearing up to train for a race as well. And she looked down at her phone and she's like, all right, I guess it's time for me to get serious about this. And I'm just like, not for real. Like, we can be intentional with our training. We can take it serious. We can like give it the adequate amount of energy that it deserves.
Yep.
But we also have to have fun with it. We also have to not take it so serious to the point where we suck all the fun out of it. Because at the end of the day, the process is the journey. The process should be what we enjoy. It's not every day we get up is not going to be rainbows and butterflies, but we need to show a certain amount of gratitude to the fact that we are capable of even taking on this undertaking. To just the idea that we are able-bodied enough to be able to get out there and have the audacity to say I can run under 3 hours in a marathon alone is something to be super thankful and super grateful about. So just reframing it. No, you don't have to be super serious about it. Yes, you do want to be intentional and make sure you're doing the right things, but also have fun with it. If you don't hit your numbers that day, it's not the end of the world. If you wake up in the morning and you think, okay, today maybe I shouldn't run, I'm not feeling the greatest, that's okay. That things happen. We have real lives. But at the end of the day, we want to enjoy training. We want to enjoy running. We want to run happy. We want to run healthy. And when you take it too seriously, that's when things begin to pull at those strings. And eventually you end up like me a few years ago, a few training blocks ago, where it's just like, I don't like running no more. I hate it. And it became a chore, and once it becomes that, it's hard to come back from it. So keep the love, keep the enthusiasm, and you do that by enjoying it.
Yeah, and like the gratitude part. I mean, honestly, like you said, you referred to a couple years ago. I think I definitely grinded through the Boston training block, and not saying that this mindset, was the reason why I got hurt, but it is, I'm sure it couldn't help that every day I was like so dead focused on, crushing Heartbreak Hill, and everything was so serious and tense. Running tense is just the opposite of what we're trying to do. If you want to talk about like the philosophy of running relaxed, check out this, what is it, Speed City? What is it called?
Yeah. It's Tracksmith. Speed City. Yeah.
Speed City. Yeah. Check out the Tracksmith and Malcolm Gladwell pod. That's like 4 parts.
Shout out Bud Winter.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Bud Winter, dog. But like, just the concept of when you talked about gratefulness, switching it from I get to run versus I have to run sounds dumb, sounds so trite, but it's for real. Like if you can wake up every morning and go like, it's a 10-mile run and I get to do this. This is part of what I want to do.
Yeah. You're already on the right path.
That's Zen, ain't it?
Ain't
it? Forget Phil Jackson up in here. But thank you so much, everybody who is watching the show. Shout out to all those people out there that are about to start training and getting ready for their marathons or halves and all that. Legacy of Speed. There we go. Shout out to y'all.
All right, before you close,
go.
Just to let y'all know, we talk about this Zen stuff. We talk about this mindfulness. We talk about all of this and all of that. But don't think if I see you in New York at mile 16 and you struggling, I'm not about to stop, bro. I'm about to run past you because this is a race and we be racing and I'm trying to run faster than all of y'all. So don't get it messed up. We still racing. We still competitive. We still want to step on necks, all of that, because we don't care. On race day, we want to all of that. So just have to let you know.
No.
You know what I'm saying? This is not a game.
We're gonna be locked in. I'm gonna have fun after I cross the finish line, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
don't try to hug me on. Don't try to slap 5. If you see me on the course and I run past you and you try to give me a 5 and I don't acknowledge you, my bad, bro.
No.
Catch me at the end, my G.
I'm just gonna talk about how petty you really are. So if you out there and Aaron goes past you, he's definitely gonna be in a mood where he's gonna say,
"You got it, dog.
Good job. Keep it
pushing. You got it. You looking strong."
Like in casual, like even though he was probably breathing hard right before he got to you, he's gonna get it composed. He's gonna tell you good job. He's gonna keep going. So don't let that happen to you, because he's not. He's definitely going to.
Take a moment to talk about y'all photography and video you captured. 5 content on the gram. 5 in the booth. 5 in the booth. Had them iPhones ready, man. We was out here working. We had to deliver content to y'all.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you after your run today, did you drink UCAN Energy Plus protein or something? Because you up.
Because look, man, we an hour in, bro. We giving gyms an hour into the pod, bro.
There's not that many people that give gyms an hour into a pod.
We ain't mailing it in. We not mailing it in. We keeping the energy up.
Hey, I don't even want to end it. No,
we
gotta end it. We got
things to do.
But for real, that's back to the shout out to the companies, that invested into the community and had us out there, because, videos from anywhere in the stadium was great, but to be that close to get some real fire content to make y'all feel like y'all was there too, and really bring the vibes to the cities that don't get to see it, man. I'm not trying to be like dramatic or nothing, but for us to be right there, bro, like it didn't add up. It adds up now, but like the thought of like a couple years ago when you started running or started making content on Instagram, I ain't think like, man, one of these days I'm gonna slap Marvin Bracey hand or whatever after he get bronze or silver or whatever, right? And Fred Curley right there.
Shout out Fred Curley. Shout out Christian Coleman. Shout out Trayvon Bromell. Shout out all the folks, man.
I seen Trayvon Bromell. I think after a day later, he had all black forces.
And he came with the all black forces energy, even though he was crying though. But and I saw Grant Holloway the day after.
No. That was that. So Bromell was the guy who was crying.
Yeah.
Happy.
You saw Marvin Bracey. Marvin Bracey got black forces energy.
Marvin Bracey had If you go back to my video or Lance video or Aaron video, he had this is my house, all that vibe, extra, read all about it. Homie had on black Air Forces the next day because he's a kidnapper. He stole their hearts and their souls.
Period. He was trapping out of Oregon.
Crazy.
2 jobs. I'm trapping and I'm running.
No, don't say that, bro. No, he was not trapping. He was just running.
No, not trapping.
Nice guy.
Extremely nice guy. Super fast.
Yeah, definitely not trapping. But shout out y'all for watching and sticking with us. Thank you for tuning in next week beforehand. Share this podcast or the show with your friends.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, we want all the folks to be tuned in here. So next time we have a big event, we'll have a bigger presence at the event.
We need that budget.
Budgets are dope.
500 subs. Get us there. Tell your friends that like running to hit that subscribe button. They won't be disappointed. We be on here
fooling. Actually,
this is a very different perspective than the normal running perspective. So trust me, they'll like it.
So the running world is old. Like, you know, it's a young person's sport, but like the vibe of running for, like, you know, maybe it's getting better now with, like, you know, all these, you know, new gen and us and even, you know,
shout out to running statistician.
Who? Running statistician? Hey, you talking about the guy that was like, you know, I got a page that's 30, little Instagram page 30,000. Yeah, we basically just having a conversation amongst ourselves right now, bro.
Yeah, with 7 people watching. That's not weird at all.
No,
we love y'all so much.
Whoever it is, I need y'all to know I love you dearly. But yeah, shout out. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, hit subscribe. Tell a friend after you do so. Like it, share it, comment even. That's fine. It's cool. Repost it on Instagram, all that stuff. I'm Tommy Runs at TOMMIE_runs on Instagram, and he is
Aaron X Worldwide WORLDWIDE on IG, on TikTok, on Twitter. Follow your boy. I be talking nonsense on Twitter. Follow me on IG. Follow me on IG.
Don't go to Twitter.
Like that running stuff, follow me on IG. I got you. Thank you we had to give y'all some bonus content since we missed out last week. So shout out to y'all for sticking with us. Shout out to y'all for rocking with us every Sunday. Off season is over.
Oh no, we're gonna have one more, but
off season is almost over.
Yeah. Peace out. How do you end this thing?
Press that red button.